Hey guys, this is not gonna be a Q&A. You can view this as the Witch podcast, I guess, because I'm gonna cover a very important topic that I think, well, I don't think that I can see is an issue for a lot of people, just in general, people in general, for when it comes to magic. Also, when it doesn't come to magic, regardless, this I think is important to talk about. So stick around. So the topic is going to be when you limit yourself, when you limit things, when you limit spells, when you limit everything. What am I talking about? So what I hear a lot is, oh, but the communication spell can't work because I was always the one that was reaching out, and this person never reached out first. And now I'm blocked, so I can't reach out. So we'll never get in contact again. You're limiting yourself. You're limiting yourself. Who says that only because you were reaching out and this person wasn't, this person can't reach out? Number one, this person couldn't reach out because you were in the needy, desperate energy. And number two, because you were the one reaching out, so they just knew, oh, they're gonna reach out and I don't need to. They didn't have a chance to miss you because you were blowing their phone all the time. And that just, those are just facts. Or when I hear, oh, but you know, I don't see how that can happen because this, and this, and you're limiting yourself with circumstances or with your opinion of the circumstances and things like that. So, we all limit ourselves. We limit ourselves with limiting beliefs all the time, not just regarding to our exes, not just regarding to magic, but with everything. What are limiting beliefs? So, limiting beliefs are beliefs that were created in our childhood and something we carry till this day. For example, somebody told you when you were a kid you're a bad singer and you never sang again. And you limited yourself because now you believe you're a bad singer, and maybe, you could be a great singer. This person was maybe just jealous of you, or, you could practice and become better, but instead you allowed someone else's, and usually it's someone else's, negative opinion to affect you and to become your own belief. So now you believe you can't sing, and it is your belief, but it is a limiting belief because that's highly unlikely truth. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you a little story, a true story. So we are all limitless when we are born because we have no limiting beliefs. And then when we create a limiting beliefs, they run our subconscious mind and they do indeed block us and block the spells, block the magic, block us in general. And, they just become our own beliefs. When we are born, we don't have any because we have no experiences in which we can create those limiting beliefs. So, little kids, when they're, you know, little, they're limitless. So you'll often kind of let's just say, okay, let's just take this for example, and if this is something you don't believe in, that's totally fine. But reincarnation. So have you noticed that usually only the little kids remember their past lives? Some kids, of course. Usually it's the ones that had traumatic deaths in the past lives. And then the adults, they don't remember them. Why? Because little kids are not limited with the belief that there is no such thing as past lives and you can't remember your past life. That's something that we pick up as we grow up and then it becomes our belief. Or I'm going to tell you my personal experience, and this, you can believe it or you don't have to. The point is not that you believe that this actually happened, and it did, by the way. I'm just gonna give you a little something to think about. So when I was a kid, and I don't remember exactly how old I was, because you know that I'm not good with time, but I was a child, that's for sure. um and I already shared this somewhere, I don't remember when, but somewhere on this channel. Here in the Eastern Europe, when I was a kid, which was long ago, because I'm in my 40s, we had um, we before, of course, this is not the situation right now, but then oil came in bottles, plastic bottles, where you didn't have a normal cap on the top, but you had to cut the bottle basically to get to the oil. It's complicated for me to explain, but you can kind of maybe Google it and see what the bottle looked like. Anyways, I was opening an oil bottle, and what happened was I cut myself. And I cut myself between my thumb and my, I guess it's index finger or pointing finger, basically the finger next to your thumb. So this part that you have in between, I fully cut it, and it was like a really huge big cut, and I could see inside of my hand, and I was shocked. And I just put that thumb next to my next finger, and I just wished it never happened and it was healed. And I just, kind of wished it away. And when I looked, it was healed. Nothing happened. Now, I think that people in general have the ability to heal themselves. However, it's limited. I mean, we limit it. Our beliefs limit that. So, when we are kids, we don't know that something like that is impossible. When we're small kids, right? We have no idea it's impossible. We think that, well, some of us, I guess, I did at least. We don't know it's impossible to kind of heal a wound or something like that. And then when we grow up, we kind of learn the human way. It's impossible, you need to see a doctor, blah blah blah. So for example, right now, if I did something like that, I couldn't just wish it away. There's no way. Okay. Because now I kind of have the belief that it's impossible. And when I told this to my mother and others, they were all like, oh, you made it up, or you had a dream, that's not possible. And just the fact when someone tells you something's not possible, it kind of becomes a limiting belief. That just when we are kids, our brain is like a sponge, and we are, up until the age 6, we are kind of in a state that's similar to hypnosis. So everything we hear and every experience we'll have will just stay really deeply rooted inside of us. And that is how we pick up all the limiting beliefs. And adults are way more limited than kids in their opinions, because, there's just something you learn. Things like this are impossible, this can't happen. And then your brain runs on those beliefs, and nothing else can happen because you don't believe it's possible. You're completely sure it's not possible. Okay? So, why am I telling you guys all of this? Because you limit yourself a lot. You limit magic a lot. You limit everything a lot. Just by thinking, oh, this person never reached out first, so they'll never will. This person never did this and this, so they never will. This person will never be back. But guess what? Everything is possible. Pretty much everything. And just because you had a certain experience, it doesn't mean that every experience is going to be like that. And a certain experience does not make every experience in the future the same, unless you allow it to. Yes. So, what you need to do is understand You are limitless. You are a limitless soul in a human body, and you do have certain abilities. And you are limiting yourself with your negative beliefs, with your limited beliefs. Because, if you guys believe in magic, then you believe that impossible is possible and that, miracles can happen, don't you? Or if you are religious, you believe that miracles can happen because every religion has miracles in it. So if you believe that impossible is possible, then why are you limiting yourself? Why are you saying, oh, but they never will reach out because they never did in the past? Or, I'm unlucky, or everyone can get their ex back except me, or whatever it is that you are telling yourself. Just think about how unlogical that is. It's not in the same alignment with magic. So there's a bunch of people who write hateful posts about magic because they don't believe in it, and that's okay. But they're still trying it out, but they don't believe in it, so they're limiting themselves because magic is not real. So how can it work for you if you are so sure it will not? You're limiting it and you're blocking it straight away. You have to be open for miracles if you want them to happen, and you have to let go. It's really important to let go of this idea that it needs to be in a certain way. So a lot of you have this idea that, but they will not do this because they never did this. So it needs to happen like this. And then you're like limiting all the other possibilities. And it can happen in another way, believe it or not. Yes, yes, it can. And by you focusing just on that and limiting another way, you're basically, just blocking it from happening at all because you're so obsessed. Oh, it can't happen like this. It can't happen because this and this and this. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm just improvising right now. I'm trying to tell you what I'm thinking about. Um, and I apologize if I'm not very good at it, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. So do not limit yourself. Do not limit yourself with, thinking it has to happen a certain way at a certain time, because these are all like blocks. When you try to, for example, give a timeline to something, you're trying to force something to happen within a certain timeline. And just that forceful energy is needy energy, and it's not gonna work. You have to just be okay with it taking as much time as it needs, and be okay with waiting, and do something productive, and do not just sit and wait, because then, like we said, when we observe, it does not happen, does it? It doesn't. So it's really important to understand these little secrets, these little things, when we want magic to work for us. Okay. Another thing, if it's an ex, so here is a little piece of advice. If it's an ex, you have to be okay with the fact that this ex has left you. You have to understand that this person is not your property, because I've noticed that a lot of people are just viewing their exes like their property, and they're trying to force something, and they're kind of viewing everything from their ego. And I bet that some of them want them back only because they left them, and now their ego is hurt. And that's not real love. That's just a wound, and you just want to fix your wound. And that is not love. That's not okay. That's not right. So you have to be okay with this ex leaving, and you have to be okay with this ex maybe not coming back, because you can't force people. Magic can't force people either. And this is something you need to understand. And you may think, oh, if I do it like that, Svetlana, if I say, okay, so this person, I don't even want them back if they don't want me. Um, and if I say this, they will never come back because I'm letting go. No, this is when they do come back, when you allow the magic to work, when you do not have those strings, those needy strings, when you're not like, but I really need this person. I really need this person to come back. When you are needy, you're blocking the magic. And you can look at the useful videos playlist for more information how you do it, because that's just what it is. And you're just gonna have to, I know it's a really hard concept for a lot of people to understand, and it's really hard to let go of that neediness, but you're gonna have to do it. You 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 have to let them go. You have to understand they are not yours. They're not your property. And that magic will not, force them to be with you. Because what you're doing when you are in that needy, desperate, forceful energy, and you want the magic to bring you your person back. So what you're doing is you are kind of like those people who expect a love slave. You don't want a love slave. You want them to want you. So you're gonna say, I don't even want them back if they don't want me. I want them only back if they want to come back. And that is like so liberating. And just talk to yourself, talk to your subconscious, explain things. And don't be afraid and don't think that this means they're not coming back. It's the opposite. Believe me and trust me. I would give you more examples from my own life, but I'm not gonna this time. Maybe in some other audio because I don't want to make this too long. But believe me, this is how it works. You have to let go. You have to be okay. You can't give a timeline, and you can't be limiting yourself. Do not limit yourself. Do not think, oh, but nobody ever comes back for me. Like others get people back even without magic, but I just never do. If you're gonna be like that, you will be blocking yourself. You'll be keeping yourself in victim mentality because, oh no, I'm a huge victim. Nobody ever comes back to me. Everybody else has so much more luck in love and in everything than me. I'm the only unlucky one. Look at me. I'm a big, big victim. So this is you in victim mentality, isn't it? Yeah, that's what it is. And this is the problem. You are in victim mentality. You have to get out of it. You have to be like, oh, nobody was coming back because I was in victim mentality, but now I'm not. I understand my power. I understand that I'm worthy of everyone to come back. And I don't need to force anyone to come back. I do a spell. Yeah, sure, because I want a certain person back. But I'm not being forceful about it. I'm not. I'm okay whether this person comes back or not. I'm still gonna be okay. I'm still gonna survive. I'm still gonna, find love. I'll be fine. But I would like to get a chance to work it out with this specific person, which is why I did a spell. But I'm not trying to force the person. I don't need this. I want this. I would like this. Does this make sense? So, anyways, I hope this helps. I hope I have been sort of clear. I do apologize because I just want to talk about something, explain something, and then I don't know how to explain it always. But I hope this is clear. Anyways, bye guys.